Morning, property entrepreneurs. Hope we're well on this lovely, fine, blue-skied morning. I just want to share a video with you and an update. So further to yesterday's call when we were talking about Cibls loans, talking about how to make sure you get these applications through and make the most of this window of opportunity that is, it's the lifeline of a lifetime. Like, this capital's never going to be available again at these rates, these fees, these terms. And I've said to you about this window of opportunity. Our funds, our contracts were signed on Sunday. So Lloyds were working over the weekend to get these loans out of the bank, get these loans out the door from the bank, and they did all of the forms digitally on Sunday, and the money arrived in our bank account, all three loans, £125,000 in our bank account yesterday morning, while I was actually on the Zoom call with yourselves. So the loans are done, the money's in the bank, and that really is the first mover advantage. Those of you that tuned into Rishi's announcements yesterday, he confirmed that granted applications have gone up to 12,000. Now on Sunday they were up to 6,000. So what that means is the amount of applications that have been granted in basically the 24 hours of Monday, well, by Monday lunchtime, from Sunday to Monday, has doubled. So it's taken 5 weeks to get 6,000 applications granted, and then in 24 hours they've done another 6,000. It's playing out exactly as we said. Like, there's going to be this huge pressure from the bank, and there's going to be this window of opportunity whilst the government are putting the pressure on the banks because they need the headlines. And I said to you that the next deadline, the next sort of date to be working towards, is the 25th of this month, which is this Friday. Very clear reason being that companies that haven't furloughed are going to need to pay their team, and this money's got to get out of the bank. Rishi said yesterday the banks are currently operating an approval rate of between 80 and 85%, I think he said, which is just, in any market is phenomenal. In the current environment, it's just off the scale. So there's this window of opportunity to get these applications in, really get on the phones, start speaking to the bank. If you know anybody who works in the bank, any contacts in the bank, you've got a point of call or email that can start pushing you through. Like, really is the time to be putting through. I reckon you've got another couple of weeks of the huge bank pressure being on, the huge government pressure being on, and the banks getting money out the door. And then what will happen is we'll move to an automated platform. It'll be a standard set of criteria and terms, and the first phase will be, the highly profitable companies only. And then what we saw yesterday, or what was announced or shared with us on yesterday's call, was some of the challenges and fintechs are coming in. So those of you that have got break-even companies or marginal profits, and the challenges now, so Funding Circle, people like that, some of the fintech platforms are going to be coming in, and they're now authorised to make these loans also. This towpath is so bumpy. They're going to be authorised to make these loans also, which is going to really ramp up again, but it's going to increase the level of risk, and it's going to ramp up the amount of capital that goes out the door. But it'll be an increased rate. It might not be at the 2.5-3%. It might be more like. So I think the government stuff will go out. The mainstream lenders' money will go out at 3 to 6%. I've said that right since the beginning, and that's what we're seeing in practice. And I think the challengers will come in like the next band above that. So Funding Circle will probably be putting money out at, if you got it at 6, you'd be doing very well. Probably more like 8 to 12%, but they'll take a higher risk profile. So if your current bank refusing your applications, or if your current banks are refusing your applications, or you don't meet their criteria on profitability, years of trade, whatever, start looking at some of the new lenders that have been authorised. Go on the British banking website, look at the new lenders that have been authorised, and specifically anyone in the crowdfunding space, peer-to-peer lending, fintech. They'll be pushing these things through, and they'll take the risk. It's still 80% underwritten. I don't think the government are going to go up to 100%. I don't think it's necessary. I think Rishi's statement yesterday specifically on that was quite fair. It was like, other governments like Switzerland, places like that, have done other initiatives, including 100% loans, government-backed loans, but they haven't provided furlough, statutory sick pay, things like that. So, I think this window of opportunity is very real. It's just playing out exactly like we said. We said there'll be this really tight window of opportunity where the banks are literally, they need the headlines, they need to make payroll this Friday, they need to get money out of the bank, and there'll be this huge spike of money that comes out for the first movers. The first movers was those 6,000 loans that were granted in the first 5 weeks, which included ours. And then the next wave is, from Sunday to Monday, they've gone from 6,000 to 12,000 granted loans with an acceptance rate of between 80 and 90%. This is exactly what we're expecting. It's exactly the way that it's playing out, and it's exactly the opportunity you guys need to be making the most of. So make sure you've got your applications in. If you're struggling with your own bank, maybe throw another one in with Funding Circle. Look at some of the other lenders that are not necessarily banks, so they're not dealing with their existing clients, but they have become authorised and approved in the last sort of 48, 72 hours or so, and start thinking about putting applications in with them, because not only do they not have an existing client base to satisfy, they have an appetite to lend, and they're going to be getting this stuff out the door more expensive, but they'll take the risk. So yeah, make the most of this opportunity, guys. I'm trying to direct you and guide you as much as I can. When you've got 125 grand in your bank at 2.4 to 3.2%, it puts you in a much more stable position to be able to make strategic decisions. Now, that doesn't mean you just start footing the bill for the revenue. You don't use it as revenue replacement. You need to be highly strategic. I've written a whole finance plan for PPN UK, which is very strategic. I'm going to share that with you in the Financial Fortress session next Monday, and make the most of it. This finance is never going to be available again. You're genuinely never going to find zero fee, low rate, interest-free periods, 80% government backed, up to 250, no personal guarantees, no security. In fact, I spoke to somebody last week, reasonably well known in our industry, who's applied for a 7-figure loan, managed to get 1.5 million provisionally approved. Well, it's gone to the creditors this week. Provisionally approved, that's with Barclays, with no personal guarantee and no security. So if you've got a profitable company, it's amazing what the opportunities are. And if you haven't got a profitable company, the opportunity now is with the new lenders. So yeah, go and make the most of it, guys. Any questions you've got, any issues, let me know. David Horn has done that test, the scorecard, so I'll stick a link to that in the comments. If you've not done that, make sure you use that to see which criteria you do and don't hit for the mass market. And then if you need the blueprint, I'll post that again as well. Just download the blueprints on the Facebook group. I'll post it in the link as well for the 4 or 5 steps that will help you. And yeah, just make the most of it. The opportunity's there. The market is moving fast, and up to this Friday, I'd say is a great opportunity. The coming weeks, there'll still be great opportunities. But as we played out, there's going to be this spike in money going out the door, and 100% increase. Look, they've doubled the amount, 6,000 applications in the first 5 weeks, and then 6,000 in the last 24 hours with a granted success rate of 80 to 90%. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But that money, and our contracts came out on Saturday. We submitted them on Sunday, and the money was in our bank at 10 o'clock yesterday morning. So it shows you the pace of what's happening out there. And this is the reality of keeping things going. So yeah, make the most of it. Any support you need at all, just tag me into your posts, and I'll help you all the way. So yeah, behind you all the way, team. Have a great day, and yeah, get some steps in. Enjoy the sun.